Hello, Hashgraph community. Welcome to Hash Out. My name is Jim Gao. Today is December 20th, 2019. Just a couple days away from 2020. It's funny when you say that, year 2020. It sounds like a year from 1980s sci-fi film. And it's very exciting times, but also trying times, especially for Hashgraph community, because we all know that the price of Hbar just dipped below 2 cents. As we speak, right now the price is about 1.8 pennies. So it's not what anybody expected prior to OA. And if you're a stakeholder in Hashgraph, whether you are an employee, who quit a high-paying, high-status job from Microsoft or Google to join Hbar as a startup, or if you are an angel investor or VC investor who invested in Hashgraph in 2018, or if you are a regular community member who is just enthusiastic about this technology and has been evangelizing to your friends and family over the past 2 years about Hashgraph, or just a small-time investor who purchased and bought some of the Hbars on exchanges, or if you're a developer, who is building your company on Hashgraph, exclusively on Hashgraph, building your dApps, you're a stakeholder, and if you have a stake in Hashgraph, it is very trying times, and I would say everybody's faith in this project is being tested, because nobody in their wildest dreams, at least for me, would expect the price would get this low. But I think it's in times like this, I think the community needs more encouragement and needs solidarity, because people losing losing faith in this project. But the reason I want to make this video is I sense, call it a hunch or intuition, that the tide might be changing, that we might be seeing the bottoming of the price in the next couple of days, weeks. The end of the tunnel. Nia, calm down. Sorry, that was my dog. I think we can see the light at the end of the tunnel, and the light is not an oncoming train. And the reason for this inkling is that recently I got an email from Anthony Middleton, the new coordinator for the ambassadors, who reached out to me and asked me if I had any leftover cost from running those meetups over the summer that I had not gotten reimbursed for. Anthony took over after Alec, the previous coordinator of ambassadors, left after OA. So, I was pleasantly surprised that Anthony reached out to me. And in fact, I did have one of the events, one of the meetups that I hosted just prior to OA, which was supposed to be on HCS, and the receipts were never reimbursed. And the reason for that is, I ordered some pizza and some beer, total about $50, but nobody showed up, even though I went to different meetups before, cryptocurrency meetups in the greater Providence area, try to have people come, but nobody ended up showing up. Like 3 people replied to say they were going to show up, but nobody did. The only person who showed up was a personal friend of mine, for support, of course, and I've been telling him about Hashgraph for a good year and a half. So we didn't really do anything, with the food. We just ate the food ourselves and consumed, the beer ourselves. So it wasn't, I just didn't feel like, submitting the receipts to get reimbursement for this event. And also that was, right after that, that was when Alec left the company. So the communication did break down a little bit between me and the ambassador program, the reimbursement program. So I just didn't submit the receipts, and I told Anthony that I no longer have the receipts, and I was perfect if it's not reimbursed, because nobody showed up, and we personally consumed the food and the beer. But to my surprise, Anthony responded almost right away and saying it was just sent you $50 reimbursement, and thanked me, for the work of being an ambassador, and asked whether we can host a meeting for either January or February, which I'm willing to do. I know it's a very small gesture. On the surface of it, it's probably not that important, but I just felt it's a change of the attitude of the team towards the community, especially in this case to the ambassadors, because to me the ambassadors of Hashgraph consist of really the cream of the crop, the best people of the decentralized space, and I applaud Hashgraph for attracting such caliber of people. And I'm not talking about the ambassadors are the smartest people in the world, the most dedicated, but I'm talking about the values, like the characters of Hashgraph. To quote Johnny Hash, which was a very prominent and active participant in Hashgraph Twitter, the Hashgraph Telegram groups prior to OA. I think he's taking a break now, but he was really active 3 months ago. He said that Hashgraph just has this tendency to attract very good people to this project, and I totally agree with that. And the ambassador program is just a cross section, a slice of the wider community. Consists of, I think, really, really good people. And me being an ambassador for Hashgraph, I'm the one who did the least, among all the ambassadors. There's so many people. I think this gentleman from England, Ali Pasha, I think he worked on hash.info, did a great job. And also Philip McVeigh, who actually introduced me to the ambassador program. You have Kat Leemon, who used to host these very big meetups up in Boston, which I personally attended prior to the summer. I mean, these people, they poured their hearts and soul, to Hashgraph, not for any financial gain, but because they believe in the project and they are enthusiastic enough to share this new technology to their family and friends. So, I think they deserve to be appreciated and recognized by the team. And I feel that, even though it's a very small gesture that Anthony reaches out to ambassadors for reimbursement, but it shows that, there's a change, I think, of attitude, or change of how things has been done within the organization, a positive change. And that's why, I have my hopes up, and I think that there might be something that's happening that we do not know, that we do not see, and that's really what true faith is, right? If you already know something, then act. If you already see something, then act. That's not true faith, right? True faith is you act with the understanding, that it's going to happen, but without actually seeing it, right? That's what true believing is. And I believe that the team is, marching full steam ahead with the the 2 boxes for HCS, which I think is going to be the game changer in decentralized space. But it's hard for the community to see that, because all the attention is on the Hbar price, and I get it. I'm in the same boat as everyone. I get how low price would dampen people's enthusiasm of the project, because for entrepreneurs like myself, we were counting on the high Hbar price to raise capital to fund our businesses, to attract more users, to attract more talents into our team. But with the price down, we have to put that on hold. So I get, the importance of Hbar, the price, and how it negatively impacts people's psyche within the community. But that's nothing we can control, like nobody on the team want the price to go this low. Nobody wanted the price to go below 2 cents. It's nothing anybody can control, right? It's like reminds me of the Serenity Prayer. You change the things that you can control, you accept the things that you cannot, and you have the wisdom of knowing the difference. And I think, speaking of wisdom, I heard the best definition of wisdom from Dr. Leemon Baird, who in one of his interviews recently, when asked by the interviewer what wisdom is, and Dr. Baird answered, "Wisdom is knowing what to do in every situation." And that answer was so original and so profound that it took me days, even till now, to think back on this quote and digest it, the profound meaning behind this simple sentence. And it really helped me a lot in my personal growth, because when you think about it, wisdom is really what to do in every situation, and not only in business settings at work, but also especially in personal situations, because we are human beings. We have this animalistic senses, these tendencies, we're bound by our flesh, the desires of the flesh, to do whatever we want to do. But we also have the spirit, we have the higher being within us telling us what we should be doing. But we don't always meet. Actually, we rarely meet that. And the difference, I think, between what we should do, what we know we should do, and what we're doing, that is wisdom. And I was just amazed at how Leemon was able to capture, in such a simple sentence. And if anybody hasn't seen this interview by Leemon, I encourage you to check it out. I will include a link in the description box. And when I watched the interview, it just reminded me, the reason I got into Hashgraph is because I was influenced, by the integrity that I saw in the founders, in Dr. Leemon Baird, whom I met personally, and in Mens Harman, whom I did not meet personally, but I just know, for a fact that Mens shares the same, the kindred spirit that Leemon has, If you haven't checked out Hedera 18 video, the last event of Hedera 18 was, I think it was on October 19th, which was Leemon's birthday. And the last event, after Leemon finished his talk on stage and ready to get off, I still remember this scene vividly. And Mens walked on stage and presented a surprise birthday gift to Leemon, which was a crystal, but it represented the first account on the Hedera mainnet. The number was, of course, 0.0.1 to Leemon. And when the two men, embraced each other and shook hands on stage, I was about 20 feet away, sitting in one of the middle rows. I could just saw and feel the mutual trust, the mutual respect, and the mutual love these two old friends had for each other. And that moment, if I can find a moment that sold me on Hashgraph, that moment sold me. I was floored. And I just think that as long as Leemon and Mans, they stay as a team, they keep executing the vision, it doesn't matter how low the Hbar price will dip. Hashgraph, the platform, will have a bright future, will change the world. And I still believe that, with wholeheartedly. So I will, try to include. I don't know whether I can find that, whether that video was released even on YouTube, but I'll try to find it and include at the end of this video. But if anybody, interested, please check it out. So that's basically what I want to share today in this video. Is hopefully it's going to encourage people, in these trying times, to keep the hopes up. And I'm not encouraging anybody to go out and buy Hbars right now. Considering how wrong I've been in price prediction over the past few months, I think I'm done with forecasting prices. But I want to give people encouragement and to let people know that we're all in this together, and we're all in this in the long haul. So let's keep our spirits up, and maybe take a few days off. Enjoy the holiday, the Christmas and New Year's that are coming up, and start a new year with a fresh mind. And I intend to make another video before Christmas. So I will sign off today. Thank you so much for tuning in, and see you on the next video. Bye-bye.
And so that wraps up Hedera 18. This is the first and not the last of the Hedera Developer Conferences. And I am very excited to even think about where we'll be a year from now for Hedera 19. And so let's enjoy this moment. We're going to now adjourn. We will have refreshments out here for you, and we can just spend some time and enjoy what has happened at this conference. Thank you very much.
Actually,
I lied. What is the real answer?
there's one more thing that is a surprise.
To even me.
Yeah, to you. It's a surprise to Leemon. Today is a special day for another reason. Today is Leemon's birthday.
You made a hash graph.
We made a hash graph. This is a 3D printed hash graph. And in addition, this memorializes something more than just the fact that it's Leemon's birthday. But I worked with Nosh and the engineering team. The Hedera wallet is account number 0. We're zero-based, of course. Account number 0 in the ledger of accounts. Account number 1 is the Leemon Baird account. And this is what that represents. Happy birthday.
Thank you, Mance. Thank you very much. Thank you all. Thank you very much.
We're going to adjourn to outside here. We have birthday cake and cheese and crackers, and we're going to have a toast to Leemon and maybe sing happy birthday. So please join us. Thank you, everyone, for being here. It's been a great day. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Vance.